And what do we have here? Drenched to the bone, no carriage, no escort, and yet you don't look lost. Well, that's interesting. Come in then. There's no sense standing in the storm. My, aren't you a pretty little thing? The winds on this mountain are cruel at night, and I'd hate to see something as lovely as you turn to ice on my doorstep. And besides, I've been needing a little bit of company. There, sit, warm yourself. Wine? It's old. Older than you, I suspect. But it has a bite to it, if you don't mind that sort of thing. You're not from the village, are you? I know every face that's dared settle beneath these cliffs. They've learned not to wander too close. So tell me, what brings you so far from the safety of roads and inns and warm little towns that don't ask questions? No answer? Very well. Keep your secrets, just as I'll keep mine. You're very calm. Most travelers are shaking when they arrive, if they arrive at all. But you haven't even glanced over your shoulder since you stepped inside. You expected to be welcomed. Or at least, you weren't surprised. Now that is curious. But I won't ask. Not yet. We have all evening, after all. There, now isn't that better? The fire helps. Stone walls hold in the heat far better than they should. This place was built for storms and secrets. But you're not much for small talk, are you? Not even a name, no reason for your travels, no mention of family or anyone expecting you. You just arrived, silent as snowfall, and now you're sitting in a stranger's hall, drinking wine that hasn't seen daylight in over 2 centuries. Forgive me if I find that a little unusual. The people down in the village, well, those who haven't run off or died of boredom, they whisper stories about this house, about its master. They warn travelers away. But you didn't come from the village, did you? You came from the other direction. The older roads, the ones no one uses anymore. Curious path for someone just passing through. Still, I must admit, you wear mystery well. I've hosted very few guests who look me in the eye the way you do, without fear, without flinching. It's refreshing. Dangerous, perhaps, but refreshing. And if I asked why you really came here, would you give me an honest answer? No? Very well. You're not the only one who can keep secrets, but I'll tell you one of mine. Just one. I haven't had a guest in a very long time. Not one who stayed past the first course. Not one who sat so still while the shadows watched from the corners. And not one who made me wonder what they might be hiding beneath soaked clothes and a silence sharper than any blade. You fascinate me. I hope you won't make me regret that. You're still glancing at the far end of the table. Is it too long for your taste? I'm told it's excessive. But the space isn't for practicality, it's for presence and for memory. There were once many who dined here noblemen, merchants, troublemakers, and poets. Even a few who claimed to be prophets. They're all quiet now. Don't worry, not from anything I did. Time simply moved on, as it does. I stayed. I suppose that says something about me, doesn't it? A man alone in a great house, surrounded by portraits and books, and more wine than anyone's soul could drink in a lifetime. Does it unsettle you? The emptiness? The stillness? Most people find silence unbearable. They fill it with noise, idle talk, tapping fingers, footsteps paced just to hear something respond. But you seem to wear silence like silk. These walls were carved by masons who've been dust for 3 centuries. The tapestries are older than the capital itself. There's a library below us with scrolls no one alive remembers how to read. And that storm outside? It's torn at these windows every autumn for as long as I can recall. But the house still stands, solid, unmoved, like its master. I don't leave often. Not out of fear, of course, but preference. The world has grown so very loud, quick, uninterested in the art of conversation. And yet, you came out of every road, every ruined manor, every safe little village inn. You ended up here, in this forgotten place, with me. How very fortunate. This way, I thought you might appreciate something a little more private. Welcome to my study. Impressive, isn't it? Most people don't react the way you are now. They look overwhelmed, uncomfortable. But you're curious. Every piece in this room was chosen, collected, and preserved. Books that have no place in modern libraries. Maps drawn by hands that crumbled centuries ago. Coins, charms, obsidian knives, gifts from cities long vanished beneath desert and ash. If you touch that globe in the corner, it still spins smooth as silk, even though the lands it shows no longer exist. Go ahead, I want you to. I've always believed a person's soul reveals itself in the way they move through a private room, whether they ask permission or take what intrigues them, whether they hesitate or linger too long on things they shouldn't. But you're very deliberate. Every glance, every step. I find that intoxicating. You know, I rarely invite anyone in here. Not because I fear theft, but because I value surprise. There's a pleasure in watching someone stand among the remnants of lost centuries and wonder who I truly am. Am I a collector? A scholar? A romantic who cannot let go of the past? Or something else entirely? Does it excite you, not knowing? Or does it frighten you, just a little? You could ask. You could ask me anything right now. Who I am, why I live here alone, what I want from you. But you don't, do you? No, you'd rather feel the answers than hear them. And I can give you that if you let me. Come now, you should rest. Your journey was long, and I have a bed prepared for you. Couldn't sleep? You moved so quietly. I almost let you go on, just to see where you'd end up. But then you opened this door. You weren't supposed to find this place. Not tonight. Do you know who they are? The women in these paintings? Some were nobles, others less so. A few came here seeking shelter, just like you. Most didn't ask questions, but the ones who did, they always ended up in this wing. Eventually. You have a talent for finding what's forbidden. And you're not surprised. Not at the dust. Not at the locked doors. Not even at her face. That one there. The one who looks so much like you. That's what unsettles me. You're not afraid. You should be. Tell me the truth. Why did you come to this house? Why did you knock on my door? You could have ridden past, could have taken the valley road, could have ignored every rumor and whisper that brought you here. But you didn't. You came straight to me. In the middle of a storm, you asked for fire, for wine or company, and now you're here in the one place I told you not to go. So tell me, little trespasser, what is it you're really looking for? You're not denying it. No stammered excuse, no wide eyed lie about getting lost. Of course not. Because you didn't come here by accident. You knew, didn't you? Maybe not everything. Maybe not the name I used 3 centuries ago, or the precise condition of my existence. But you knew enough. Enough to find this place. Enough to walk through my front door without flinching. Enough to stay, even after the warnings. So tell me, what did you hope to find? Immortality? Power? Some dark, forbidden thrill? Or was it something simpler? The ache of a question you couldn't let go? Do you have any idea what you've done? How long it's been since someone looked at me not with fear, but with intent? You came here for me. Not safety, not shelter. Me. Why? Do you know what it does to something like me? To be wanted, not hunted, not worshipped, not feared, wanted. You've been studying me since the moment I opened the door, testing your boundaries, watching how close you could get. And I thought I was the one doing the seducing. But it was you. You came to the place no one dares approach. You knocked on my door knowing something waited inside. And then you smiled when I let you in. So tell me, what do you really want from me? Say it. Say it out loud, and I'll give it to you. Whatever it is. Pleasure, power, ruin. Because once you speak the truth, there's no turning back. And I don't want you to.